Hello there, YouTube. Here we are here, and again, we're in the old Man That's Good barbecue kitchen. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna make one of those good old Sunday afternoon, Sunday go to meeting type meatloafs for the day. And we got a little bit of a trick near the end, just before after we get everything already mixed up and everything. We're gonna step everything up into the 21st century. We're not gonna cook it like they did when our grandmothers and mamas made it. They put it in the oven. We got a little trick that we're gonna use this afternoon. But to start out with, you can see we got all our ingredients over here. We got the Worcestershire sauce. We got tomato sauce, onion powder, garlic powder, parsley flakes, black pepper, breadcrumbs, and we got a little bit of meatloaf seasoning there. We got some onions here. We got some colorful peppers. We got eggs, and we got the main ingredients, the meat. The meat. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get started here, and we're gonna go ahead and crack up 2 eggs rather, not onions. Get them mixed up. Get all our wet ingredients, which is not a whole lot of wet ingredients. We're gonna get them all stirred up and incorporated here. Gonna beat these eggs just a little bit. Get them mixed up real good. See, we'll get them whipped up real good. Looking real fine. Okay. Now we're gonna go in with a half a cup of milk into those eggs. We got going there, half a cup of milk there. We're gonna whisk that all in there together. Our milk and our eggs. This is one of the simplest recipes you can make. A lot of people think it's hard just to get in the kitchen to make a meal. When you start thinking about it, just go ahead and do it. The outcome is what we're looking for, and we know it's going to taste good because it's being prepared by Man That's Good barbecue. Okay, we're going to take our bowl here, and we're going to get our ground beef, and we're going to break it up in the bowl. We got exactly 2 1/4 pounds of ground chuck here. You don't want it too lean and you don't want it too fat. That ground chuck is pretty good, so that's what we're using today. Okay, to start out with, I'm gonna go ahead. We got some peppers here, green and yellow, orange peppers. We're gonna take about maybe a 1/4 cup. Put a little veggies in the meatloaf. You know, that's how the old folks used to do it. And we also got some sweet onions here, diced up. We'll take those, we're gonna mix those up in there. Put them in there real good. Looking at about maybe a cup or so. That's actually about a whole onion. And maybe a 1/4 cup of peppers that we have in there. All right. We're gonna take that. This is one of those dishes you can use with your hands. Just get all in there real good. Get everything incorporated. Get your vegetables in there mixed up real good. When you're making a meatloaf, the main thing is you don't want to play with your meat too much. You don't want to get it all too tight. You want to keep it loose. So that way when it cooks, you get a little bit firm and it ain't tough. Okay. All right. So, okay. All right, you too. Now we're gonna go ahead here and we're gonna start to add our seasonings. We'll put a little bit of onion powder in there. That's about maybe a tablespoon onion powder. And then we're gonna come on back with the garlic powder. About the same, about a tablespoon of garlic powder. And put some black pepper in there. A whole lot of black pepper. About a teaspoon. Black pepper. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna come with 1/3 of a cup of breadcrumbs. And we got the unseasoned breadcrumbs. That'll keep the calories down. Okay. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna incorporate all that together now. Get it all mixed up in there real good. As you can see, those green and red and yellow peppers will add not only a little bit of flavor, but it also adds color to your meatloaf. Everything mixed in there real good. A lot of people like to go ahead and they like to saute their peppers and onions before they actually put them in the meatloaf. But you know, everything's going in this cook at the same time, so I like doing mine this way. You got a little texture to the meat itself as you do it like this. Got a little texture with it. Okay, now we're gonna go here. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. Not a whole lot. That should be good. Incorporate that in there. Notice every time I like to do put in a different ingredients, go ahead and mix them up. Get your layers mixed in real good. This stuff's starting to come together real good. Yeah, we used to think when we were kids, grandma make that meatloaf or mom make that meatloaf for them. The kitchen smelled like they've been in the kitchen all day long. It just smells so good when they get done. Well, I took that same recipe and we kind of changed it up a little bit here in the Man That's Good Barbecue Kitchen and brought it up to the 21st century, so to speak. We're gonna cook this meatloaf a little differently. I don't know if you all know about it, but you'll see what we're gonna do here as we continue to incorporate all of our spices and peppers, stuff together, onions, get them all incorporated. Now we're gonna go in here with our egg wash and milk. Add in there real slow. It's all mixed up there really good. Take your hand. You want to make sure incorporate real good. It's all mixed in there really good. Yeah. So this your meatloaf. This is gonna make about a 9x5 loaf when we get done here. We'll make sure we got it all incorporated here. Looking good. Yeah. Make sure you just fold them in there. This is one of those dishes, if you do it right, you pat yourself on the back when you're done. Get some compliments as you go. Okay, get them mixed up real good there in that bowl. Just say you don't want to get the meat too well worked, because if you work it too much, then it gets to be a little tight on you. So now that we got that incorporated, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take a little bit of tomato sauce here. And we're gonna incorporate that in there, about maybe 4 ounces. tomato sauce. This is an 8-ounce can, so I'm gonna use about half of the can. Save a little bit. I'm gonna make a little glaze to put on top after we're done. Notice here, just mixing everything, mixing it in with your hand. Mix it in there really good. Got all those flavors together. Get them incorporated together. Yeah, that's working out, looking real good there, looking real good. It's one of those meals where you, once you get it set up and you get it in there and you start it cooking, you just, what they call, you kind of set it and forget it. It'll pretty much do its own thing. Okay, I think we're gonna add a little bit more breadcrumbs to this. It's looking a little wet. I don't want to get it too wet, so add a few more breadcrumbs in it. Don't want to tighten it up too much, just a little bit. Back in there. We're gonna rotate it. The breadcrumbs mixed in there real good. So now that I got my peppers, a little bit of seasoning that I want to put in there and everything, we got a small packet of meatloaf seasoning. We're gonna go ahead and break that meatloaf seasoning open and put that in there. That's what's gonna set it off real good. One packet. Here we go again. Gonna incorporate our flavors and get everything mixed in there nice. Nice and incorporated. Keep that bowl turning and working it. But you gotta make sure though, you don't want to work it too much. The meatloaf will be tight. There we go, it's looking good. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right there. There's nothing like a meatloaf on a Sunday, have with your dinner. So we got a couple other sides that we're going to incorporate with this meatloaf. It's not just going to be meatloaf, although I'm sure you guys have had meatloaf sandwiches. And I like to take meatloaf when it's left over and take it and slice it, put a little cheese on it, and make me a sandwich. So there's all kinds of things you can do with meatloaf. Now we got that mixed up real good. Real good. Okay, you two. We're gonna go over here. We're gonna get our 9 by 5 tin, and we're gonna spray it with a little cooking spray so it don't stick to the pan. We're gonna spray our pan real good. Got that pan sprayed real good. Okay, give one more whirl here before we put it in the tin. Let y'all see what it look like. See them peppers and onions in there? Yes, sir. Okay, we're gonna take it. We're gonna put it in the pan. Move over a little bit. You're gonna go ahead and take it and put it in the pan. Start forming the loaf. These little pans right here come in so handy. Yeah, some people bake cakes and whatever in these little pans. But like I said, this is a 9 by 5 tin, as you see. Exactly 2 pounds of ground beef in there. We're gonna take it, and we're gonna shape it in the pan. Make sure we get it all down nice and even. Like just take your fingers and push it down in the middle so it's spread out on the sides. And have a nice pretty loaf there. Now it's gonna rise a little bit when we put it in, start the cooking process. That's why you want to make sure you got it well mixed so you don't have to be bothered with all that. Got all those vegetables up top there, got them all down through, incorporated inside the loaf. Looking good. We're gonna drop it, make sure it settles nice and good. That's what we're talking about right there. Now YouTube, now for that little secret thing that we were talking about. We're gonna bring it up into the 21st century here. We're not gonna use this in our regular conventional oven. What we're gonna use today, the start of this show, is gonna be my trusty air fryer. Yes sir. For those of you that didn't know that, you can prepare meatloaf in the air fryer. Open up our little air fryer here. Well, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and preheat this to 350 degrees. As soon as that get preheated, we'll be right back with you. Okay, YouTube, we got our air fryer heated up to 375. We're gonna look at that. Look how nicely that pan fits right inside of there. We're gonna take that, set it down in there. We're gonna slide them back in here. We'll crank her up. Like I say, we're gonna do 375. At 45 minutes to an hour. We'll go 45 minutes to an hour. Okay, 45 minutes, 1 hour. We're gonna get it crunk up. Come on now. There we go. Okay. 375. We got it. We got it. Back it down. All right. And there we go. All right, YouTube. We'll be back with you when we check on the temp and see how it's doing. Okay, YouTube. We're back here in the kitchen of Man That's Good Barbecue, and we're ready to check on the meatloaf and see how it does. So we're gonna pull it out. This is that air fryer meatloaf. Oh yeah. Look at that thing. Pull it out here to see what it looked like. For those of you that didn't know, you could cook a meatloaf in the air fryer. Yes, sir. It's looking good. So while our meatloaf was in the oven, I prepared a couple of sides to go with it. Some green beans and some yellow rice. And we're gonna go ahead here and get this all fixed up and fix the plate. See what it's all about. All right, YouTube. I'm gonna go right on in here and cut this first slice. Coming out there so good. Put this plate on over here. Take your time, take your time. Was trying to be a little stubborn coming out of the pan. Like it don't want to come out, but it's coming out, whether it want to or not. Let's see. There we go. We'll get it from this side. All right now. Tore it up a little bit. Here we are. Oh man, that's so tender. It's falling apart before it hit the plate. Go ahead and put another slice on there. Why that thing so tender? Well, sirree. Tender as can be. And I'm not just saying it because I cooked it. Look at that, look at that. Put them on the side there. All right, YouTube, like I said, went ahead and prepared a couple of small side dishes to go with this. Got a little yellow rice. We'll make it look like a Sunday dinner here. Spoon of that, but you know, the main player is the meatloaf. Yes, sir. Top of that, we're gonna put a few green beans on here. I make my green beans with put a little meat in there, little ham chunks. Kind of flavor it up there a little bit. Yes, sir. We get a little bit of that juice and put over our rice. There we are, YouTube. Got that Sunday meatloaf special. The side order of green beans and yellow rice. Man, that's good barbecue. We're gonna bring it a little bit closer so you guys can see what's going on. Look at that. Looks like Grandma made that, but she didn't. Like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Man, that's good barbecue.